I did not push record. Hi, Antoinette. Okay, students, I'm sorry. I just pushed record. I forgot to push record, so you're just going to pick up where we started here. We're doing removal of cerclage sutures under general anesthesia. So we're going to our index and we're looking under removal. What is the next word we need to look for, ladies? Cerclage. That's right.
5, 9, 8, 7, 1. 5, 9, 8, 7, 1.
Removal of cerclage sutures under anesthesia. Miss Elise, you got it?
I'm gonna try. I got 59871.
I agree. 59871 says removal of cerclage sutures under anesthesia. Other than local. This is general.
Right.
Melissa, is this what you got? You're going to the next one, Miss Melissa.
Yes, 59871. That's what I got, page 444.
Yep. Okay. The marsupialization of a Bartholin's gland cyst. Okay. Who wants to give me a hand for saying the word? Come on. Pat me on the back a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay,
Page 1099 is the next one.
Yep. So we're going to look, marsupialization is what we did. So that's what we're going to look up in the index.
I'm sorry, I keep losing y'all.
Once we get to marsupialization, I need somebody, except for Melissa, to tell me.
Okay, sorry.
What we're no, you're good. You're just really quick. What's the next word we're going to look for? Cysts.
Cysts, yeah.
Then cysts going to be next. And then Bartholin's gland. I mean, it's laid out just like that. Marsupialization, cyst, Bartholin's gland. Antoinette, you got the answer?
56440.
Who agrees?
Yes, I agree.
I agree.
Good job.
What is it?
All right. I want to talk to you about the next one. Code the vaginal removal of a 230-gram uterus. Hi, Miss Stephanie.
Hey.
Okay. So if you're removing a uterus, what are you doing? You're doing a hysterectomy. Okay, so this is one of those scenarios that it's not giving you exactly, right? You're just something that you're going to have to think outside of the box on. So in this one, you're going to go to hysterectomy in your index. Then once you go to hysterectomy in your index, I need someone to give me the next word you're going to look for.
uterus?
Well, it's not a bad guess, but it's not the right answer here.
Would it be the grams?
No, it's going to be
Okay.
vaginal.
Vaginal.
Because you can have more than one kind of hysterectomy, right? You can have a vaginal hysterectomy, then you can have like the one where they cut, they do the incision. This is a vaginal hysterectomy. And it's going to give you a code range. When it gives us a code range instead of one code, what do we do, guys? We start with the first number and we work our way through that range until we find a code we like, right? And then once you once you go and start looking at your CPT codes and your tabular, Melissa, those grams are then going to be important.
Okay.
Sonia, you haven't had a turn yet. It's your turn.
Okay. It's 58290.
58290.
Yes.
Okay, I want you to read that.
Vaginal hysterectomy for uterus greater than 250 grams.
This is how many
Oh,
grams?
it's 230. Okay. Yeah. So that'll be 58260. I don't know why my head went to greater.
That's okay. Who agrees with 58260?
I don't.
Who don't?
Antoinette,
Okay, Antoinette, what do you think it is?
is it 58550?
5855.
Okay, well, that says a laparoscopy surgical with vaginal hysterectomy for uterus 250 grams. Where does our scenario set it's laparoscopic?
Oh, don't.
It don't, does it? So the answer is 58260, but I love that thinking. I love that critical thinking. Those were not bad answers. Those were great answers. So it's 58260 because that matches our scenario almost perfectly.
Oh, I skipped all over the code.
Okay, before we move to the next one, I need to have a quick conversation, okay? Sometimes when you're coding or you're working in the medical field, your personal feelings are not always taken into account. In this section, we have to code for abortions, okay? When you're coding and you're working in the medical field, you have to leave that at home. And I understand that I've chosen to put these scenarios in only because we have to have the practice and they're part of your test, all right? So I just wanted to you to understand that this isn't done flippantly for me. It's just a part of our job. We have to think of this as a medical procedure and not make it personal, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
I just wanted that. I think that's important to mention. Okay, so let's share our screen and go on about our business. Code the treatment of a septic abortion that was completed surgically. So what did we have? What was done?
Septic abortion.
Septic abortion.
Okay, was it a septic abortion done? or was it an abortion that turned septic?
Abortion that turns septic.
Right, because we're doing a treatment of a septic abortion, right? So
Okay.
actually what we did was the abortion.
Abortion, right.
What do they mean by septic?
When things are septic, it's like blood poisoning, and it's deadly.
Yeah.
It's worse than an infection. It's like sepsis. That's when
Lord.
Bloodstream, correct?
yeah. Okay, so once we go to abortion, what are we looking for underneath that?
Septic.
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 Septic abortion, and it gives you one code.
59830.
Who agrees?
I agree.
Agree.
You're right. All right. External cephalic version without tocolysis. Okay, so what's a cephalic version? I looked it up. It's a procedure used to turn a fetus. I would have never guessed. So I looked it up because I didn't know what it meant, and I thought you guys would be interested.
So is that like when a baby is breached?
I would assume so.
Because we had a code last night and I kept looking for the word breach, which I did not find.
Yeah. Well, and this is going to be external. So I'm assuming that that's the procedure where they do it on the outside of the tummy, since it's external. Okay, so we're going to look up cephalic version because that's what we did.
So you look up external first?
I didn't. I looked up cephalic version because that's what we did.
2004.
And then I went to external.
That's not cool.
Okay, who's got a code for me?
Was it 59412?
59412. That's what I have. And when we read it, it says external cephalic version with or without tocolysis. So it could be with or without. So either way. Did everybody agree?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, let's move to our next one. Treatment of an incomplete abortion that was treated surgically during the second trimester.
So to abortion,
Yes.
I already have the answer. It was on the next page. Just kind of like looked at it, but
So what do we go to after that? Abortion. I went to incomplete. What about you guys? Okay, who hasn't given me an answer yet? Anybody? Miss Elise, what you think?
I'm still trying to get there.
Okay. So are you still in your index or are you in your tabular?
I'm in my tabular.
Okay, so what code are you looking at?
I'm in the 5984.
Okay, you're in the right section. Look at 59812. Tell me what you think of that one.
Okay.
You like that one?
Yeah, I like that one better.
59812.
And it says any trimester. So.
Any trimester, even though they said here in our scenario that it's the second trimester, any trimester covers any trimester, right?
Right.
All right, this is our grandmaster here because there are two codes. Total abdominal hysterectomy with an anterior, posterior, wrapping and an intercell repair. Okay, so let's just break it down into what is the first thing that we need to look at. What did we do? We did a hysterectomy, right? So we did a hysterectomy and it was abdominal. So that's our very first code that we need to go to.
With or without.
Miss Elise, you already have that code?
No, not really. I'm looking at it. I don't know if I'm under the right.
Okay, did you go to
Because
hysterectomy?
I'm looking at abdominal hysterectomy.
Okay. And then do you see the word total? Because we did a total abdominal hysterectomy.
I got two I'm not sure about.
I'm going to go to hysterectomy. So hysterectomy is on page 1072 in the index. So we did an abdominal, which is right underneath hysterectomy. And then we have total. It gives us codes 58150, 58200, and 58956. Y'all have those three codes too that it's given us?
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna go back. $58150 is where we started, right?
Right.
So 58150 says total abdominal hysterectomy with or without removal of cysts. Okay, do we not like 58150, a total abdominal hysterectomy? Our scenario says total abdominal hysterectomy.
Yes.
That's the one I like for the hysterectomy. What about y'all?
Agreed.
Yeah, I have 58150 and 58294.
Let me look at 58294 just to look at it. Okay, okay, do you know why you can't use that one? Because look at that main code of 58290. It's a vaginal hysterectomy for uterus greater than 250 grams. Does it give us how big our uterus is?
No, and I see the other one, 58280, right above it.
And we can't use that one either.
Really?
Because it's a vaginal hysterectomy with total or partial vaginectomy. Where does it say that we have a vaginectomy going on?
Nowhere.
Look at 58150, a total abdominal hysterectomy with or without removal of a cyst. Oh, I'm sorry, ovaries. I need to have my glasses checked. With or without removal of ovaries. So it's without removal of ovaries because it didn't say it, right? But that is our total abdominal hysterectomy code right there.
What is the code?
58150.
58150.
Yes. Okay. Now what's our second CPT? What is our second procedure? Anterior, posterior, culporaphy, and an interrocell repair. So what did we actually do? The culpophy, right? Ography. Y'all don't pick on me for not saying that word right. Culporaphy. There you go. So that's where I started. I went to culporaphy. And I'm going to go with you. It's on page 1011. Right underneath culporaphy, it says anterior. Then you keep going and it says anterior posterior. So is that where we need to be? Anterior posterior? Then underneath it says with intracell repair. Is that what we're looking for?
Yeah.
Does everybody see that on page 1011?
57265.
57265. So now we got to go back to our tabular and double check that code. 57265. Combined anterior posterior, including okay, somebody's got their television going. If you have your TV going, please mute yourself.
So when you're doing codes, you're gonna code which would be a hysterectomy, and then the second part would be
the culporaphy.
okay. So it wouldn't be 3 codes because of the repair. It would be the
right. Whenever just to say, I'm gonna give them time to find that culporaphy, and then I'm gonna tell you why you don't need 2 codes, because the culporaphy, the intercell repair, is included in the code. Okay. And it says it in the CPT manual. Okay. So who has my second code for me?
I can't wait till my book comes in so I could do this with y'all.
I know, I'm so sorry.
I'm waiting on
But
my
the
book
thing
to
about
come.
Sarah Lisa's chomping at the bits too. Just be patient. The thing about it is because you're watching and you're talking with us about it, it's going to be so much easier when you get your book.
Because when I get my book, I'm going back and look at all these.
Yeah, we have the best fun. We really do. Okay, who's got my second code?
57265.
Who gave me that code?
I did.
Miss Elise, 57265. Who agrees with Miss Elise?
Come on, man.
Melissa, do you agree with Miss Elise? She's muted, Miss Elise, so just forgive her.
I'm sorry. I'm thinking I'm talking the whole time and I'm talking to myself.
So 57265. We have to look at 57260, which says combined anterior posterior colophraphy. Then we have our semicolon. We need to forget whatever that says. And then when we go to 57265 with intracell repair. So that lines up exactly. So now we have two CPT codes. We have 58150 and 57265. When you have two CPT codes, generally what do we need?
Can you go to the front of the CPT and find the modifier?
We're going to need a modifier. Some of you guys have not gone through modifiers. I do not want you to be real stressed about it, but what is a modifier?
Is it 51?
It's like a code.
Right.
A modifier, a modifier can be two numbers or a letter and a number or two digits. And what is a modifier? A modifier goes on a CPT code to give the third-party payer, which is the insurance, more information. And let me explain why a lot of times you have to have a modifier when you use two codes. Because when an insurance company sees two codes without a modifier, they only want to pay you for one. But if you give them more information about your second code, they're going to say, oh, okay. Well, in this case, modifier 51 means multiple procedures. So Melissa said we should put a 51 on 57265, which is telling the insurance company, hey, you got to pay me because there's multiple procedures.
Why don't you put the 51 on the first code?
Because the first code isn't your multiple procedure. It's your first procedure. It's your initial. The multiple one is the second one.
Okay.
Melanie, I'm going to tell you with modifiers, it can be tricky because when you get to your facility and they train you on coding for certain insurances, they're going to give you a cheat sheet to tell you to put what where because sometimes it's a little different. Okay, I have a question. Modifier 51 is multiple procedures. Modifier 59 is distinct procedural service. Why wouldn't we use a 59, class? Because we're in the same part of the anatomy, right? We're doing two procedures in the woman's reproductive area, okay? And so we're just telling them we're doing multiple procedures and they're in the same general area. Now, if we did a hysterectomy and we were doing something on a completely different part of the body, we might have to consider modifier 59. But because we're in the same body area, we're going to use the modifier 51. So, who learned something?
I did.
Miss Stephanie, was it so much more fun with your manual?
Well, I'm trying to understand how to use it.
Well, just go back. You know, you have the videos and just kind of go back. And now that you have your manual, just rewatch some of those things and you're going to see us going step by step. Remember, look at your scenario, pick out a word, go to the back of the book in the index, look it up, then go back to the tabular because we always code 2 ways. We're not just going to accept what's in the index. We want more
what is
information.
the tabular?
That's the front of the book where you're looking up the numbers, where all those tabs are different colors.
Oh, okay, hold up.
We have the index, which is in the back of the book, and it's
See the index.
And then
Okay,
we have
tabular.
Your
So the
tabular
tabular is
side.
all of these with the different colors. That's
Right.
yes.
Okay, what's this book for? What is this one for?
It's another manual, but we're not in that anymore. So just don't even think about it. It's Hick's Pick.
Okay, and what about the other one? It's 3 books.
Yes, ma'am. It's diagnosis coding.
What is this one for?
That's all the diagnoses. That's all the illnesses you could have ever in the world.
Oh, okay. All right.
So we haven't gone through that either.
Okay.
This book
It's the only one I've been using.
Right. But this book tells us what we're doing. The big purple one, the ICD-10, which is diseases and diagnoses, that tells us why we do this.
Oh,
okay. So right now, just focus on this one, and I promise you, you'll be able to get in the other ones before it's over with.
Okay.
All right, ladies. Well, I hope you have a wonderful day. I'm off to the DMV with these boys to get their tip cards so they can start driving school next week.
I've already done it. Oh my God.
Well, I've done it 3 times. These are the last 2. I have 5 kids.
Well,
Melanie.
It's so much harder these days. When we was coming up, all we did was take the driver's ed class, learn how to drive, go take the test, get your license, and you're done. Now you got to go to all these classes, pay all this money. It's crazy.
$1,000 to take the driving class.
It went up that much?
And then another $100 to get the tip card.
It was 500 when I did it, so I know.
Well,
That's crazy.
I had 2 doing it, so that's why.
Oh,
it's so
yeah.
expensive.
Yeah.
Well, just to let you know, I didn't know this, but my son came back after he finished the driving portion, and he said that he had to make an appointment with the DMV, but don't make the appointment with the DMV because they don't do it anymore. The company that you go through, they get a third party, and they do the driving test with the kids. So yeah, because we went over there for him to do it, and he said, "Oh no, we don't do it here." And so I had to call Victor Mann in driving school, and they scheduled it at the end of the month for him to take driving test. All they do is go to the place, get their license, that's it.
Yeah.
Not like how we used to do it.
They need to go back to, because when I was in junior high school, we had like a driver's ed teacher, and they had like a little trailer, and inside the trailer they had like little driving wheels, and you sit in a little spot, you had your accelerator and your brakes at the bottom, the screen in front of you, and you holding it and pretending like you're driving and all of this, and then he would take you out and drive, and then you can go get your license. But today they want all that money.
That's what it's about. All right, ladies, well, have a great day. If you need something, just text me and let me know.
Okay.
Okay.
What?
Have a good day.
I'm sorry. What?
All right. Bye.
Can you send me a recording of this?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I'll put it in the email. All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.